Finally, we have a Bruiser Scrapper that is actually a great build currently in ranked PvP in Guild Wars 2. If you want to know more about this build and want to master it to its fullest, be sure to watch the whole video to not miss out a thing. Thanks as always to all my supporters that help me keep the lights on, and now without much further ado, let's jump straight in. I put this build actually in S tier for ranked right now in my latest tier list. Be sure to check it out if you want to see more about all the other builds as well. Link is in the description below. Disclaimer, this is not my build, I did not come up with it, I just want to promote it. I think the original build was created by Sukaya. Be sure to check out his Twitch stream as well. Link is in the description, of course, as well. Now, let's talk about the gear. So for the gear, you want to run Demolisher Amulet. You could go for a different one. I think that's just the best option in the current meta with this build. You want to go with Rune of the Revenant for more vitality and just all stats, just really nice amount of stats that you get here. And Relic is, of course, Relic of Mistborn. It's so good on this build. You get, whenever you get Might, every 1 second, you get another stack of Might on top of it, which is really good to stack Might, get more damage out, and gain increased critical strike chance while at or above the Might threshold. The threshold is 10, which you can upkeep really easily in real fights, so you have 10% more crit chance. Just really, really strong. For weapons, you can either go with shortbow or hammer. I personally like the hammer variant more, but you can easily play the shortbow as well. Both of them are completely fine. You would always go with energy and courage. That's just the best option. You have so much cleansing, so that you get just some passive might as well, and the cleansing and the energy is just really good on the weapon swap, which you can trigger as well on your kit swap. Before I go to the trades, I want to mention, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, and if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. That helps out my channel quite a bit. Thanks. But now to the trades. So for the trades, you want to run Alchemy, Tools, and Scrapper. Alchemy is like your boon trade line. It's giga buffed how much boons you get with this. Just passively get a lot of boons. Then when you use a healing skill, you get some boons as well, and you cleanse 2 conditions into boons. Really, really broken, because that means that you just can so much boons and passive sustain from that. Crazy. Whenever you grant yourself a boon, you actually heal. So that means you get so much boons from just getting passive using your skills. All of them heal you, and when you cleanse conditions, for example with your healing skill, you actually convert them into boons, which means that it also heals you on top of that. You get more concentration, and you remove a condition from yourself when you use an elixir skill. To be honest, I think this trait is the best trait in the alchemy trade line, even though it's like not selectable. It's insane. So when you grant yourself a boon, you heal, and you cleanse so much conditions because of your elixir skills, because you have so many, it's crazy. And you take HGH, which means that your duration of your elixirs is longer, and every single elixir grants might. So you get easily might stacking, which means you get more crit chance, more damage, and you also will heal passively because of all your boons that you get from that. It's insane, the combo of that here. Then when you remove a condition from you or an ally, you grant regeneration. Really nice, just some passive healing, and it's a boon again. So that means you get some healing out of that. So when you cleanse a condition, you actually heal because of this trait. And then you take health insurance just for more incoming healing. Not too much of other value, but that's really good. And then you have tools. That's just your utility trade line. So tool belt skills grant vigor, really good. You get a Condi cleanse when you use a vigor skill, really good. And strike damage is increased while you have vigor, really good. Again, you can see it's just a lot of utility baseline here, but you have even more utility. Activate lesser utility quickness after using a healing skill, so that means you get resistance and cleanse a condition, which again gives you regen and therefore heals you. So there is a lot of synergy in this build. Then you deal more damage while your endurance is not full. Typically in PvP that's always the case, so 10% more damage, really good. And then adrenal implant, endurance regeneration is increased, so that's really good, because with vigor together you are at 100% more endurance regeneration, so that means you can dodge more often, it's more defensive, really good. Just really, really good utility here. Then you take Scrapper, of course. Scrapper gives you access to your gyro, function gyro, which can stomp enemies and resurrect allies. Also is a lightning field, so that you can actually use some nice combo finishers, and it grants you stability because of this trait, and also gain might while you have stability, so again, good synergy with your relic. Then when you use a healing skill or the tool belt skill, you actually get super speed. You can also share one part of the super speed as well. Really good, just move faster around. And then you get object in motion, more damage for stability, swiftness, and super speed. So if you have all 3 of those, you get 15%. You can actually get a lot of them quite easily. So really nice, just more damage from that. And then a percentage of the strike damage you deal is converted into barrier. That's just a really nice buff in general, getting 10% of your damage as some defense back. Really good. So if you play aggressive, sometimes it's actually rewarded because you get to kill the enemy while you also get barrier, really strong. And then last, you take Applied Force, gain stability when you gain might at or above the threshold. So every 10 seconds, you get some nice stability proc. Really good. You get a lot of might, so that helps. And might grants bonus power, so you get just more value from might. Really, really strong. You can see the synergy of this build is insane. This build works very well in a side noding setup, but you can easily play it in a team comp as well, team fighting as well. I wouldn't play it as a support, of course, but it can fill multiple roles. You are not like the insanely roamer and 1+1-er, but you're really good at side noding or even team fighting. So let's quickly cover the skills. Like I said, hammer is my preferred choice, so I will go only over the hammer skills. The auto attack is decent. The tool skill does some nice damage and is a world finisher and reflects missiles. That's really good. The 3 skill does some nice damage, is an evade, and is a 2x leap finisher, which can be really strong. For example, using that through your water fields that we get to, or using it through your lightning field, because that's then a CC. The 4 skill is some nice block, and if you hit enemies with it, you actually get some barrier. The 5 skill is just some nice damage and a stun, so easily good setup for your damage after that. Then you have your Elixir H for HTH, of course, because it's really good as an elixir, gives you super speed, a lot of boons, and a lot of healing, just really, really potent, and cleanses 2 conditions into boons. The tool belt skill is just unblockable and gives you some nice boons. Also to allies, just really, really strong. Be aware, every single boon that you get will also heal you. Keep that in mind. It's really, really potent. Then you use the Elixir Gun. Elixir Gun is really good because it has a stun break on the tool belt and also cleanses condition with the traits. And the Elixir Gun, I would say the auto attack and the 2 skill, yeah, okay. Typically use the 3 skill because it removes 2 conditions. It's really good and cleanses even more for your allies. The 4 skill is some interesting skill because it moves you backwards, but you can, by kit swapping, you can actually cancel it and just use it because it does some nice damage and grants you some, it's a blast finisher and also is unblockable damage and grants might, so it's really potent. So typically you want to use that on point, and when by swapping or trying to swap, you actually cancel the move back and you can, for example, use that just on the point to do some damage and get some blast finisher. The 5 skill is extremely strong, heals, pulsing, cleanses conditions. Pulsing is unblockable and is a light field. So for example, if you drop that down and then use that, then it's an area condi cleanse as well. If you have crazy condi pressure on you, really, really potent. And both of them are elixir skills, so they grant might as well. This is also an elixir skill, so really, really strong how much elixir skills you have, which all of them synergize with your traits, because that means that they cleanse a condition and therefore give you regen and therefore heal you more and gives you might. There is so much synergy in this build, it's insane. Then you take Elixir B for a lot of boons and a boon duration increase for 3 seconds. You get a nice stability on your toss elixir as well, so really, really potent. There is a reason to swap this. For example, you could swap it if you wanted to Toolkit. Toolkit doesn't really have a really good tool belt skill, but it gives you a really good block on the 4 skill and a pull on the 5 skill and just a nice damage on the 3 skill. So it has a lot of utility baseline as well. The block is probably the most important thing here, but this does some nice damage. This is a nice pull and also some blockable. And the 1 and the 2 are also okay. But like I said, I think this makes a lot more sense with the setup with all the boons. So really, really strong. This is typically really good for the stability. So if you use the F3 and then use the 8 skill, you actually extend the duration of the stability. Really, really potent. Then you use utility goggles for another stun break, and it cleanses 2 conditions, removes on top of that blind, gives you protection and resistance. Really, really good skill now on a 24-second cooldown. But the tool belt skill is also really good because it creates, so to say, on the area some nice damage. It reveals enemies, blinds them, and dazes them. It's just really overloaded now and on a 17-second cooldown. So that is actually really potent. If you can hit that all the time on multiple enemies, even, it's really strong. And then you have Mortar Kit. Mortar Kit is, in my opinion, by far the best option here. Because Mortar Kit, again, it has a lot of AoE in the kit. Really, really strong. Poison, chill, blind. That's the most important one here, I would say, for now. Because it gives, if you put that on point, then you are, so to say, almost invulnerable for the next 5 seconds if you're fighting against one, because it just pulses blind. It's really annoying to deal with as the enemy. And the Elixir Shell is again an Elixir, so it gets all the good buffs again. Pulses healing is unblockable, so you can cast it even if there is some deflect down. And is a water field. The water field is the most important part, because you can then, for example, use the 4 skill here to get some healing. Oops. Get some healing out of that. And of course, you can also use the leap finishers of your rocket charts to get another amount of healing out there. So it's really, really potent how much you can do. And this is the setup and a lot of really, really crazy synergies and combos there. Let's now take a match that I played with this build. I'm not the best scrapper player. I try my best. I'm actually decent, but not like insane. Like I said, be sure to check out Sakaya to see crazy good gameplay of this build. And this is just a gameplay showcase where you can see how broken this build can be. Now we get an untamed 101. I try to put some damage in from range down by capping the point. But it's not a 101 because the Harbinger is there as well. I try to just see the Harbinger, get some nice CG chaining going by the lightning field and using the leap finishers and put some blind down so that I don't get hit by most of the skills here. Try to again CC a lot, try to avoid the Harbinger shroud. Now they're both in melee, so I disengage a bit because it's obviously 2 people. I don't want to die here. And yeah, pull one of them away, that's okay. I try to get some damage and not take too much damage. You can see it's really easy to resustain because you have so many skills that actually heal you, give you just some nice counter cleanses and stuff. It's really, really good. And here I get the decap. I fight now against the Untamed in a 101. That's good. We take that. Just try to get some AoE damage down. Was trying to kill the pet at the same time as the ranger. Just get some healing down. I could have followed here, but I rather would go for the cap if the enemy doesn't want to cap it here, because then I can defend it. And I get some nice CC down, even though they have stability, that's okay. Now we just try to deal a lot of damage and not be like completely annoyed by the pet all the time. Here we are a little bit annoyed because it's like the hammer and we get some projectile blocks, so we can't deal any damage here. But I pull him away, get some nice counter damage. It's at 50% already, so I just try to cleave it down even though it's stealthed. And there is now the Necro again. I just try to pressure the Necro while also not taking too much damage, disengaging here. The CC chaining here was really annoying. And get a lot of condis, but you can see how fast I actually can cleanse them. It's really, really good. So I just try to play it safe here. That's always what you should do. Kite if you get outnumbered before dying on point. That's never what you want. Always try to go away from the point, survive, and come back when you have some more cooldowns. Now you can see how much damage I can put out actually and can just one-shot the Harbinger almost. Get some stability, get it stomp, and get the point decap. And now I just get the cap, but there will be more fighting in a second, so don't worry. So this is like the typical role. I just try to help my allies here and get the kill on the ranger. Not too hard actually, because it's already at 17%. Should not be a big problem. Get some CC chaining with the hammer 3 through the lightning field. Try to let the ranger bleed here a bit. And you skip ahead a bit. The thief actually now engages me. That's good because it's a Condi thief. I don't have a problem against Condi builds. A lot of Condi cleanses. And the thief is not a good 101. So I would say. So good matchup. I try to cleave it down with the reveal. Now we have the annoying reflect of the Dagger Storm. Just try to put a lot of blinds down. And now we just should get the kills after a while. It's not a really tough matchup for me to win, to be honest. No, but we get outnumbered by the enemy warrior again. It's a little bit annoying. The warrior gets some nasty CC while I was trying to get my healing skill. I disengage before I die and try to outplay them both here. This looks like decent and we can get some nice damage. AoE down, that's why the mortar kit is so good. You can actually just put a lot of AoE pressure down, get the thief here. The warrior gets surprising amounts of damage out with the spear. It's really annoying, but I try to get some interrupt here. And AoE cleave to just make sure that the warrior doesn't kill me, or at least if the warrior kills me, I get the cleave on the thief before and rally. We will see if that works. The warrior gets some decent counter pressure, but I can resustain very well here. Try to make sure that the thief is not self-resurrecting. Warrior is now in rampage. That's a little bit annoying for me. I go into the block, but you can see the match is over. This is like really good showcase that you can play this build very well. But like I said, I'm not the best scrapper player here, but you can easily see how high the potential of this build is. I have like in this match, I have top healing, top damage, almost everything here, because it's like completely insane how broken this build is. If you play it correctly, it does a lot of damage, great healing. Be sure to give it a try. It's really fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks to all my supporters, and I hope to see you all in the next video.